Hi guys, it's Monika. I am getting ready. I'm actually in the car getting ready to drive to Concord, New Hampshire to teach the NAR, National Association of Realtors GRI program. I am teaching GRI 104 this morning, and it's really bittersweet for me because this is actually the last year that the New Hampshire Association of Realtors is going to be offering the GRI program to their members. And it kind of makes me sad because there's really been so many changes to our association as far as I'm not talking, people. I'm just talking about the philosophy and offering of education. And that makes me really sad. So I can reflect back on when I first took my GRI program many years ago. And at that time, it was a tri-state. It was Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont that kind of joined together to offer the GRI program. And I drove and stayed in a hotel in Lebanon, New Hampshire. So it was like a week-long process back then. But anyways, over time, there's been changes, and I think that New Hampshire Association of Realtors stopping to offer the GRI and actually stopping to also offer their ethics orientation program, I think it's a mistake. I know some of you have heard me rant about this before, and yeah, we are on a, fast-paced path most of the time. And most agents want to get up to snuff, and they can take the easy way. They can do online training. And all of that is good to a certain degree, but gosh, they miss so much. And the problem is, I think when NHAR, when the New Hampshire Association of Realtors offered the training, it gave all realtors throughout the state the opportunity to take advantage. But not all firms offer the same type of training, so not all real estate agents get the same type of training, and many did rely on the New Hampshire Association of Realtors to fill that gap, because having a quality in-depth training program within a company, depending on the size, can be a bit difficult. So I'm really sad because, the people that are going to pay the price for this, ultimately, number one is the consumer, because they're not going to know, unfortunately, until it's too late, that the agent they're working with maybe has really no clue, no solid experience. It's sort of a crapshot who you end up working with. So the consumer ultimately pays the price for working with an agent that may not know or may not be able to offer them the best advice, the best counsel during what is, without a doubt, usually the biggest financial decision of their life. And secondly, the agent themselves is going to pay because they don't have the resources, they don't have that knowledge base, they don't have any idea really how complex transactions can be until they're in the middle of it. And when things go south, when they lose sales, when they don't know the questions to ask, the guidance to give, and they lose sales, they're going to be out of the business. So, right now, nobody's thinking about the long term of it because, hey, the market's good. Agents are flocking into the business, but the real estate market traditionally has had peaks and valleys. And we are in an upswing. Our last crash lasted forever. That was a real long, low valley. And now we're climbing up. And when that happens, more and more agents come into the business. And more agents actually can make business because the market in many cases is easier. Everyone knows if you're a buyer, you better act because guess what? It's highly competitive. You see your dream home? You better be prepared to move. And if you're a seller, it's almost easier to sell your home in a seller's market without a doubt. Not that you don't need a realtor, you absolutely do. But when the market is like this, agents flock in the business, but not everyone has the staying power. Not everyone has the education base. And that's sort of my rant. It's a bittersweet day to me. I'm teaching the GRI 104, and it'll be the last time I teach it in New Hampshire anyways. Unless, of course, maybe Maine jumps in or Vermont jumps in and takes this opportunity, since New Hampshire is no longer offering it, to jump in and fill the gap. That would be rather cool. So, I'm off to Concord.